Hi Taurus, it's Nick and Nala. I hope you guys are doing well. This is for all my Taurians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men, and women. We're now covering February 28th till March 6th. And sorry if the lighting goes in and out. The weather's been kind of weird today. It's a little bit funky, so we're just gonna work with it. So we're gonna first cover the collective astrology for the week, and then we'll get straight into your reading covering your health, work, and love, okay? All right, so for this week on the 2nd, March 2nd, we have a new moon in Pisces at 12 degrees. So this is bringing a whole new wave of feelings and a new way of dealing with our emotions, especially those concerning our dreams, our imaginations, our fantasies, okay? And then on the 3rd, March 3rd, we have Mars and Venus conjuncting Pluto in Capricorn. So anything involving Pluto and Capricorn is very intense. So this could be kind of a rough day, or just feels like a very intense, if you hear the honk, very, very intense day. What we love and how we go about it, our intentions, our actions, could be changing dramatically. I could see people getting together, people breaking apart. It just feels like a very high volatile energy. So take it easy around this time, or be easy on yourself and be easy on others. It may be kind of like one of those days. Okay, and then on the 5th, we have the Sun in Pisces conjuncting Jupiter in Pisces. So you are the creator. You are literally writing out your dreams, your fantasies right now, and you got to be mindful where you're at emotionally. Like, take care of your emotional state right now, because that dictates your actions and how you move through life and your daily activities. Because what you're doing right now is you're really forming and creating your dreams, and it's becoming a reality. So you just want to make sure you're in a good place emotionally, which can be kind of hard, right? But try your best, because all we can do is try our best and make sure you're doing things that resonate with you, that touch your soul, touch your heart, and you're creating and envisioning what you really want moving forward. Okay, and then on the 6th, we have Venus and Mars. Lots of movement with Venus and Mars and Pluto this week, moving into Aquarius. So we're shifting from the physical realm, because it's been in Capricorn, and moving into Aquarius, the mental, intellectual realm. So what we love, or what we are going to feel more drawn towards, and how we move is a little bit more mindful, like in our head, communicating, being a part of things, or thinking innovative, creative, and finding our own voice, our unique individuality, and stuff like that. So the more you can be aligned with those energies and express yourself and do what feels right for you, not trying to blend in with everybody, the more you can be yourself, the more you encourage and help others to be themselves as well. Okay, all right, so we're gonna cover a little bit of health, work, and love, and I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. Okay, all right, so my beautiful Taurians, when it comes to your health, it feels like this week you're doing things non-conventionally, maybe looking into ulterior medicine, or other methods like herbs, other modalities, like ulterior medicine, or alternative stuff than the usual pills and doctors that usually see. Maybe you're looking into other ways to treat something than the usual path that most people would suggest. So do whatever feels right for you. Just because something has been done forever doesn't always mean it's right, doesn't always mean it works for you. So maybe there is some other option for you that will work best for your whatever you're dealing with, condition, or wound, whatever it is. It seems like you're switching things up, and you're trying a different method, or you're trying a different food, or a different herb, or maybe looking into what's the word, not like a herbalist, or like a non-conventional type of doctor. Okay, I can't think of all the words right now. For some reason, it's like leaving my mind. But it's like you're choosing to go a non-traditional route, which may work for you, okay? And maybe you've tried all other methods and they're not working for you. So maybe switching things up or trying something different, you may find it works better for you, possibly. Or you figure it doesn't work, but at least you tried it, okay? All right, and if you're feeling kind of out of tune, or you're not feeling like yourself, or you're feeling kind of off, do something that you really enjoy to do, or do something that you usually like, and to bring back the balance. Like maybe you love bubble baths, or you love to take a stroll to the park, whatever kind of helps you reground yourself, because you may feel a little bit like off balance, or like ungrounded, and you just need to like do something that brings you back into alignment and into your energy, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. And then when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, it feels like there's could be something that maybe you're keeping within that like is bothering you, or something you feel emotionally, or just like, like, I don't know, like this is bothering me, or I feel like I need to express this, but for whatever reason, you feel like you shouldn't express it and you don't want to say it, but it's bothering you. And so you're just kind of keeping it to yourself, like maybe at work or at school, something or someone is bothering you, or you're upset about something, but you're like, I don't want to bring it up. It may make me look bad, or they think I'm just catching an attitude or being moody. But there is something that feels like you're keeping to yourself, or you're keeping a secret, or maybe you're keeping someone else's secret. It's like, oh, like, I don't know how much longer I could do this. It doesn't feel right. But there is some kind of a high emotion or something that is bothering you possibly, and you're keeping it in. But maybe it's time to figure out how you can talk about it or express it so it doesn't become a bigger problem than it has to be. But or you could also be having some issues with another person, maybe at work or at school, or someone you do business with, and you guys are not on the same page, or there is like a disconnect in emotions and in values possibly that is affecting you or bothering you. But sometimes, it can be kind of tricky with anything with involving work or business, like mixing emotions and values and stuff like that. But if there is something bothering you, I think it's always important to try to talk about it, and not explode, keep it to the point where it just explodes, and then it's like you say things or stuff happens that's like it's kind of hard to recover from that. But I do feel like there's like emotions that maybe you're withholding or keeping to yourself that are really bothering you, but you're like, it's not the right time, or I shouldn't say it right now. Okay. When it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side, we have the 10 of Crystals, excuse me, Strength in reverse, and the 9 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so some of you might have Leo somewhere in your chart. All right. And then on this other side, for this other person, sorry, my bangs are like bothering me. I tried a different hairstyle, but for whatever reason, it's like not sitting. Anyways, for this other side, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all of the above. We have the Magician in reverse, Temperance, and the King of Swords. Okay, so as far as who you could be dealing with, or the energy, could be a Sagittarius, maybe another air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or it could be a mixed match, or it doesn't have to be, it could be any sign, but it could just be the energy this person is embodying or playing out at this time. Okay, all right, what's going on here? So it feels like you're really starting to, or maybe this is something you've been it's been on your mind, you've been thinking about, and what you really value, what you're really looking for in a person or in a connection, most importantly, right? Because it's not really about just the person, but it's about the how healthy, how strong the relationship, the connection, the bond could be. I feel like that's more important. How we work together, how we mesh, do we really mesh? Because maybe you haven't, like, you've been in relationships or been with dating or seeing people who, like, maybe they look good on paper, like they seem to have all the things that you would look for in a person. But then when you're actually together, or you're living life and doing things, you find that you're not actually compatible, because maybe the way you guys got together, what attracted you, was not really what's important or what you really need. On paper, maybe you guys seem like you're compatible, you do well together, but as you get to know this person, maybe in the past when you've gotten with people or been married to or in a relationship with someone, you realize, I can't really talk to this person. Like, I don't feel like I can be vulnerable. I don't feel like I can open up. It always feels like maybe they're judging me, or I don't feel safe to be emotional or to, talk about things. And that's really important, right? Someone can fit all the prerequisites or look good on paper, take home to mom, take home to dad, or whatever. But if you can't have that safety of being vulnerable, talking about things and feeling safe, and feeling like you could be yourself, you don't have to wear a mask or pretend to be something that you're not, that sense of just being able to feel and be relaxed around someone all the time is gold. I feel like that is worth so much more than anything else. It's like when you're at home, it's like, I can relax, as opposed to when you're at work or you're out and about doing things, it's like you got to be kind of on alert. But when you're at home, you're kind of just like, I can finally just relax and be in my own energy. that's the kind of feeling that you want in a relationship. Someone you don't have to think about things, you don't have to think before saying things, like you feel comfortable to be yourself. And I think that's what you're starting to look for. You're realizing how important that really is. And obviously maybe that sounds like common sense, but sometimes we forget about those things and we just look at all the other things, like, oh, their job, or where to go to school, or how many kids you want, or where to get married, like all these things that matter, they're important, but what really matters is the quality of the connection as well, the quality of how open can I be with you, can I talk about things, do we relate to each other, do I like your energy, do you like my energy, do we actually like each other besides just romance and physical attraction. That stuff is very important. And I feel like here that this person that you're attracting, or maybe someone that could be coming into your life, or maybe you've already kind of met them or something, is someone who is ready to experience now. They want to feel like they can be free and, like be themselves and not have to filter their words. Like they could just express themselves, be direct, be bold. And in the past, maybe that has been their issue in relationships, where they were restricted or felt like they couldn't speak up, felt like they couldn't be direct, they couldn't just be honest, and they couldn't just like have adventures and do things. They couldn't just be themselves. And you're that is exactly what you're looking for. You're looking for someone who's honest, who's themselves, who's direct, who's not beating around the bush, who's not wearing a false mask and telling you one thing and doing something else. And in the past, maybe their relationships, people they've been with have told them like, oh, you're too this, or you should watch your words, or blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, I want someone who speaks their mind. I don't care if I don't always agree with them, but I want them to keep it real with me and just say what it is. I don't care. That's what you're looking for. So it's like both of you, the things that have failed you in the past, or the things that people criticize you for, is now what both of you are looking for in each other. So now your paths, as I say, your paths are crossing, if that makes sense. So this person could be someone who loves to travel, loves adventures, maybe loves learning about other cultures, religions, maybe even likes trying different foods, could have a very open-minded taste in things, in food, culture, tradition, everything. Maybe they're from a different place, or they speak multiple languages. I feel like they're all about experiencing adventures. And they're very smart as well. I feel like they can speak multiple languages. Maybe they're really good at math or science or memorizing things. But I feel like they're very smart. They like to experience. They like to give people a fresh, clean slate and just not think so much about things, but just experience and live in the moment. And I feel like they're really great at communication. So good that sometimes they could be so honest. Sometimes like truth hurts, like where in the past people would be like, oh, you don't have to say it like that, or you don't have to say things, but they're very to the point, direct, bold, probably really funny. Maybe says non-politically correct jokes, dark, sarcastic sense of humor, but really charming, probably really attractive. Or their personality. I feel like their personality is like the most attractive thing about them, or their mind, or how they talk, or the jokes that they give. That is the kind of energy exactly that you've been wanting, or you've been wanting to be near or manifest in your life, okay? And I feel like they just want someone who understands them, who is not trying to change them or make them someone different, but can accept them for who they are. And that is exactly what you're looking for. So I really like this connection because you are going to feel really open, like you can be yourself, you can be vulnerable, and you don't feel like you have to be on high alert or protect yourself or have a guard up. Like they're just very open with you, and you feel safe with them, and you give them that freedom to be themselves as well. So it's like you're very compatible, and maybe they're not that cookie cutter or like perfect on paper the way that you would have imagined or the way you thought that you needed or you wanted, but they have everything else that actually is a better fit for you, right? Because sometimes what we think is good for us, or what we've been taught to believe, or what our family or friends or society told us is what we need, you need this type of person with this, is not always what is good for us, right? And sometimes that can be our biggest downfall. But when you grow up, or as you grow up and you realize what actually works for you, and you find that, you realize how everything else was like maybe not that important, that you put so much significance in. So I really like this energy, okay? So Let's continue on in the extended to get more information, see where their energy's at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and also your advice, okay? So we'll continue on in the extended, link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care, and I wish you guys all the best. Bye.